I give a lot of presentations and make a lot of videos, specifically using Visual Studio and Visual Studio Code. And today I want to show you my top 3 extensions for VS Code, specifically for giving better presentations and making better videos, enabling you to really focus in on your code or give additional context when you're making videos so your users are aware. These things are free and some are even built into VS Code that you may not even know existed. So tune in as I break down these 3 awesome extensions. Hey everyone, I'm James and I'm back with another video, this time talking about VS Code. Yeah, I'm always building mobile applications with .NET MAUI and VS 2022, but today I want to talk about VS Code and my top 3 extensions that are for VS Code that I found that I love when I'm doing presentations, whether I'm making videos or whether I'm out at conferences. These really help me focus in on my code and customize my environment. So what I want to do is break down why I want to use them, why I think they're helpful, and of course, how to get them set up. So let's take a look. All right, I'm here over in VS Code, and here I have just a bunch of code files. I have a PowerShell script, everything's up and running. And you know, when I'm actually presenting like this, there's a lot of things on the screen, right? You have all this explorers on the left-hand side. You have all the different files open. You have these browsers open. You have all this stuff open. There's a lot going on. You know, sometimes you're kind of zooming in, zooming out. How do you increase the font size, do all these different things? And that's where, you know, different modes and different extensions can come in. Now, the first one I want to talk about is one built into VS Code itself. This one specifically gives additional context and different tips and tricks, specifically like hints when you're actually doing coding, which is very nifty. Now, if I go into the control palette here, I can turn on this thing called Screencast. You can see I used it recently. So there's Screencast mode. And when I toggle this on, a few things happen. Now I am in big mode basically for my mouse, but you can see I get this little red little circle going on of exactly where I'm clicking on the screen, which is very nice. Now, additionally, as I'm typing, you can see exactly what I'm typing. That's really interesting. Like when you're doing live coding, you don't actually get to see everything that they're coding or what they're typing or too fast, especially if they're doing, Control-Shift-P, for example, to bring that up. You may not know that that's what you need to do because there's typing on their keyboard. But as I type here, you can see exactly what I am typing inside of here. So I could say, lat, for example, and that would come up there. So you can see the exact keystrokes that I'm doing, or if I want to go and delete everything, now you see a backspace. And this is fully customizable. If I go into my settings over here, I can type in Screencast. That's going to pull it up right here. You control the font size, the overlay timeout, the mouse color, the mouse size. So if I wanted that to be 50, for example, that would control that in pixels on the screen. So now you can see it's nice and big, which is cool with my big mouse on there too. And there's a bunch of other modes on here that you can turn on, which is really, really nice. So that's one just built in automatically into VS Code, that Screencast mode. But what if you are doing coding, you want to focus in on the code and you really want to dial it in there? Well, that's where extensions come in. If I head over to the extensions and I type presentation, there are 2 extensions that I love. One called presentation mode and another one called presentation mode. And there's a bunch of ones in here. I haven't explored too many of them, but I really like these. This one here, presentation mode by Juan, is really, really cool. Let me just go ahead and install it. Now, when I run this command from the command palette, what it does is it really helps me zoom in directly into my presentation. Now, there are some additional settings here, which is really nice, but I'm just going to use the defaults here. So let's go back over to this PowerShell script and let me open another file here. Here we go. We got these 2 files. Now, all I'm going to do is go into my command palette and hit in presentation mode. There it is. And just like that, everything about VS Code falls into the backdrop and it focuses in directly on my code. I can toggle through my code files. I have my search window here, so I can still run commands and do a bunch of stuff and even run the command palette if I need to toggle it on and off. And again, if I do that again, type in presentation mode, I can just simply hit escape and exit out of it. Super duper simple. Let me say that one more time because I just love presentation mode. Focus in on the code, popping around, doing everything that I want there. And of course, I could bring up terminal. I could map different things inside of here, and I can make this bigger if I wanted to as well. So I can make that a little bit bigger on the screen. So presentation mode, a nice little one to focus in on the code, especially if you're working on just a single file or a few files. It really helps you dial that in to really give it, I don't know, it's so cool. Just boom, and you're good to go. Now, what if you want a full tailored environment for presentations? Well, that's where the other presentation mode comes in. This is coming from CS50, and let me go ahead and install that. So we can see here that there is a keyboard shortcut to turn this on, and also workspace settings as well, which is nice. So here we can actually turn on and off different settings all right here. Now this is really highly customizable. It enables you to turn on match brackets, mini map, scroll bars, activity workspaces, color themes, and customizations for those color themes as well, and the window zoom. So I can get to that as I'm going to go in and say open user settings JSON. And for me, at least, when I did this, this was what I saw, presentation mode active. I just simply copied in those settings, and then I could customize them. So that's how I got to them. And once you had them in there, you'd have to edit that JSON. They don't show up. It doesn't seem like in the extensions, but you can go in and, like I said, Control-Shift-P, open user settings JSON, and boom, you can customize these 100%. So there's a bunch of settings inside of here, and let's see what it does. If I go back into my PowerShell script and another code file here, I'm going to say Control-Shift-P. So Control-Alt-P. There we go. And now I'm in presentation mode that's customized to my likings. So here, for example, I can see it went into GitHub dark mode. It went ahead and got rid of all of the sort of things on the left-hand side and enabling me to focus in on my control code. If I go Control-Alt-P again, I'm going to go ahead and put it back. And of course, like I said, I can customize this. So if I go back over to my JSON, say I really want bigger code, right? I really want that to be really, really big. And I really want the default to be light, for example. So let me just do light here. Now, when I go in and say Control-Alt-P, we're going to see now it's even bigger code in this GitHub light theme by default. If I go ahead, get out of it again, just like that, I'm good to go. And I can, of course, customize that exactly how I want. So this to me is really, really powerful, enabling me to automatically customize a full presentation mode. This was probably one of my favorite extensions. I do like that the other presentation mode zooms in for me, but again, this one really allows me to customize exactly what I want. Let me see it one more time. Just like that, into that mode, zooming in the code, everything that you want. All right, those are my 3 favorite things in VS Code and extensions that enable me to make better presentations and better videos when I'm using VS Code to do demos. What are your favorite extensions? Are there other things built into VS Code that people should know about? Let me know in the comments below, because the great part about VS and VS Code is that there's tons of extensions out there where you can do awesome things like this. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up down over there. And of course, if you're new to the channel, I do videos almost every single week. So hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the things that I'm putting out here on my channel. Well, that's going to do it for this video. I'd love to hear back from you. So again, leave comments below. But until next time, I'm James. Thanks for watching.